One of the oldest engines on the Highland Valley Railway is J, a former North British Railways Holmes C class, later classified LNER J36. He was built in 1888 and arrived on the railway 7 years later in 1895. He's the second oldest engine after the resident GWR 517 class, which I will cover in another history episode. The C class was designed by Matthew Holmes, hence they were classified as the Holmes C class. Builders of these locos were Cowlairs Works of Springburn, an area north-east of Glasgow. Originally, these works were for the Edinburgh and Glasgow Railway, but the North British took over. The other locomotive works which built the J36 are Nielsen & Co of Glasgow, Scotland, and Sharp Stewart & Company, which initially started in Manchester, England. It then moved to Glasgow in 1888. Jay worked on the North British for 7 years alongside a few of his brothers. One brother he was particularly close with was number 611. In 1899, before Brian Todd's father bought him to help kickstart the HBR, which they built Stenway first, then down towards Rushwell, then into the seawall, which took several months. Jay was one of the lucky ones to not be sent to help during World War I. He and 167 of his classmates were taken over to the LNER. The other 32 were classed as J32s. Only 123 of the 168 went to British Railways. They were the last steam locomotives in Scotland, outlasting the LNER and BR standard designs. Whilst most of the older engines would slowly go into the museum, Jay would go on to continue working on the HBR, proving his versatility and gaining respect from new and older engines alike. Considered to be one of the wisest engines of the fleet, Jay is ready to lend a helping buffer to anyone he meets, going out of his way to be a mentor to the younger and less experienced engines. The Holmes C class, later LNER J36, were painted in a brown/green livery, also the standard NBR black. Then they were either LNER black or apple green, then into BR plain black. But with Jay, he was given a special livery, Mauve. Number 65243 is the only surviving member of the class. That wraps up the history of the LNER J36 and its life on the Highland Valley Railway so far, but with more stories to come.